Coral reefs are massive structures built by tiny sea creatures called coral polyps. These little architects team up with algae to create stony skeletons that pile up over thousands of years. The result? Sprawling underwater ecosystems that can even be seen from space. Coral reefs come in all shapes and sizes. You've got your fringing reefs hugging coastlines like a clingy boyfriend. Then there are barrier reefs, standing guard offshore like underwater bouncers. And don't forget those circular atolls out in the open ocean, looking like nature's version of a donut. Each type has its own unique charm and critters calling it home. The building blocks of reefs. Now, let's zoom in on our reef-building superstars. Coral polyps are tiny animals related to jellyfish and sea anemones. They're like the construction workers of the sea, working 24/7 to build their calcium carbonate homes. But here's the kicker, corals aren't working alone. They've got a secret weapon, zooxanthellae. These microscopic algae live inside coral tissues, giving them their vibrant colors and acting like tiny solar panels. It's a win-win situation, the algae get a safe home and the corals get food. Talk about the ultimate roommate situation. Types of coral reefs. Let's break down the main types of reefs. Number 1. Fringing reefs. These are the home buddies of the reef world, sticking close to shore. Number 2. Barrier reefs, the adventurous cousins. These reefs form offshore with a lagoon in between. Number 3. Atolls. Imagine a volcanic island playing hide-and-seek underwater, leaving only a ring of coral visible. Number 4. Patch reefs, the social butterflies. These smaller reefs pop up in lagoons or between other reef types. Why coral reefs rock? Biodiversity hotspots. First off, coral reefs are like the New York City of the ocean, diverse, crowded, and never sleeping. They're home to a mind-boggling array of fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and other sea critters. Scientists estimate that while reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, they support about 25% of all marine species. Talk about punching above their weight. From the clownfish playing hide-and-seek in anemones to the parrotfish crunching on coral, every nook and cranny is bursting with life. It's like an underwater game of Where's Waldo, but with thousands of species. Nature's storm barriers. Coral reefs are also nature's storm barriers. They help protect coastlines from waves, storms, and erosion. Without them, many coastal communities would be in hot water, literally. These underwater walls can reduce wave energy by up to 97%. That's like having a bouncer at a rowdy party, keeping the troublemakers, waves, in check. Economic powerhouses. And let's not forget about the economy. Coral reefs support fishing industries, tourism, and even medical research. Some scientists think coral reefs might hold the key to curing diseases like cancer. How cool is that? Imagine this, coral reefs generate $36 billion in global tourism each year. That's a lot of snorkel rentals and underwater selfies. Plus, they provide food and livelihoods for millions of people worldwide. It's like having an underwater ATM that keeps on giving. Threats to coral reefs. But here's the not-so-fun part, coral reefs are in trouble. Big trouble. They're facing threats from all sides, and it's up to us to help them out. Climate change. One of the biggest baddies is climate change. As ocean temperatures rise, corals get stressed out and kick out their algae buddies. This leaves them weak, bleached, and vulnerable. It's like they're getting a bad sunburn, but way worse. In the past few decades, we've lost about 50% of the world's coral reefs. That's half of our underwater cities, gone in the blink of an eye. Pollution. Then there's pollution. Runoff from land can smother reefs in sediment or feed harmful algae blooms. And let's not even get started on plastic pollution. It's a real mess out there, folks. Imagine trying to build a sand castle while someone keeps dumping trash on you. That's what corals are dealing with. Overfishing. Overfishing is another big no-no. When too many fish are removed from a reef, it throws the whole ecosystem out of whack. It's like taking all the cops out of a city, chaos ensues. Without herbivorous fish to keep algae in check, reefs can quickly become overgrown, suffocating the corals. But don't throw in the towel just yet. It's not all doom and gloom. People around the world are working hard to protect and restore coral reefs. From creating marine protected areas to developing heat-resistant corals, there's a lot of cool science happening. Scientists are like the doctors of the sea, coming up with innovative treatments for our ailing reefs. They're growing coral in nurseries, kind of like underwater greenhouses, and then transplanting them onto damaged reefs. It's like giving the ocean a facelift. What can you do? And here's the best part, you can help too. Even if you don't live near a coral reef, your actions can make a difference. Here are some ways you can be a coral reef superhero. 1. Reduce your carbon footprint, walk, bike, or use public transport when you can. 2. Use reef-safe sunscreen. Regular sunscreen can harm corals, so choose mineral-based options. 3. Say no to single-use plastics. Bring your own bags, bottles, and straws. 4. Eat sustainable seafood. Look for labels that ensure your fish dinner isn't harming reefs. 5. Support reef conservation. Donate to organizations working to protect coral reefs. 6. Spread the word. Share what you've learned about coral reefs with others. And that's a wrap on our coral reef adventure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your ocean-loving friends.